Hello and welcome. If you're new, subscribe. All right, so this is a little warning that I made a lot of stupid decisions in this video, and let's see if we can count them all. So in my last video, I did a gold marbling, and I decided to seal them with resin for this video. And so here what they look like if you haven't already seen them. They look really cute. Not really consistent with the pasty, almost white ivory color, but we wanted to see what they look like sealed. So here I'm starting with a masking tape, of course, because the resin is going to go right over the corners, and we don't want it to mess up the bottom portion by having it really bumpy and uneven, and we want to remove it later on by adding the tape. And as you can see, I did like a soap dish, 3 soap dishes actually, and a oval tray. Now, mistake number one, the resin, I didn't really mix it well enough. And upon further research, I realized that I was supposed to at least stir it for about 3 to 5 minutes until it's completely fused together. Well, not fused, but completely mixed together and becomes right back to a clear setting. So that was mistake number one. And pouring this on, these are kind of uneven, so you can see the resin is slipping right off. And you kind of want to just use this little, I forget what it's called. It's kind of like a little mini spatula, but I knew that you apply it with like clay masks and things. I have a lot of those, so I use it to even out my resin sides and everything. And it's really big help. And as you can see, I'm pouring. And I don't know if you'll notice, like as I'm pouring the resin and it's supposed to be setting, I'm starting to see like the cement itself didn't mix really well. But I like the coating. And they have a great finish, right? I mean, I would think. Here I am applying it to the next one. And I'm trying to make sure that I have enough working time, because usually the time, depending on the resin that you purchase, the timing is probably within 40 minutes. And it is a lot of wiggle room, especially if you're just working with like a clear coat and you're not working with any colors or anything. Here I am pouring into the tray, making sure it's even on the corners, because I've had it where I've had the corners uneven, and you just want it to have a really nice professional finish, at least as much as you can. And right there on the bottom right, you can see what I'm talking about with the cement not mixing well. So now you're seeing some inconsistent color under there. So I'm gonna probably just have a new way of doing that. Now I'm using a heat gun to take out any air bubbles. And of course, I'm kind of overheating it, and you don't want to do that. Put on the lowest setting and then heat gun it for a few seconds. I tend to kind of be a perfectionist, so I tend to want every single bubble out, and it's just burning the resin and fuming into the air. So here I'm trying to even out. This soap mold on the top right is harder to even out than any other because it has that slant. And I am going to go ahead and start resining while those are drying and curing. I'm going to go resin the gray and white marble that I did before. And I'm actually trying to make a resin marble with the attempt of marbling that I did before. As you can see, this one's looking kind of a fail because it's turning completely gray and it's doing more mixing than marbling. This one marbled a lot better. It sure did. But you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to mask the bottom. And here I am making more mixture. Yes, mistake number 2 again. Here I am putting resin over my silicone mold. Don't do this. Definitely don't do this part. And I feel like the third mistake I also made was not painting them first because the resin was very, very transparent, almost translucent, more like it wasn't completely clear, but it was definitely translucent. So here's what it looked like after it's dried. I didn't mix it well, so it is very sticky. Very sticky, and I even let it dry for a couple of days. I tried putting alcohol. If your resin does not mix well, there's no saving it. So these were ended up in the garbage. So there was no saving them. And they didn't look like how I wanted to look. So this is attempt number 1. I'm gonna try an attempt number 2. And I'm pretty sure the second time around, these are gonna go a lot better. And my camera was very blurry putting it closer. And here I am attempting to take the tape. And I off camera I did these coasters and they look kind of cute. Yeah. But they were also sticky as well because I was not knowledgeable that I was supposed to be. Well, some resins when you purchase them you can actually not have to mix them too well and they can still work. But that was it, and stay tuned for more because part 2 is coming.